Hey everyone, and welcome back to another part of my Not So Berry Legacy Challenge. So I'd like to remind you that at the end of the last episode, Chloe and her mother Scarlett moved into the apartment with Victor Fang. And basically, Scarlett and Victor basically have this arrangement where they are pretending to be like this power celebrity couple. And essentially, Scarlett is like being an object to him, like a trophy wife. We're starting off in Creatism because I imagine that a few months have passed that they've been living together, so I wanted to update their appearance to show them getting a little bit older. So Chloe here, basically identical. I didn't change anything about her except for the fact that I noticed she had aged up with crooked teeth, so I did give her braces. And I'm just noticing this has like little mint hair ties, like a nod to her grandmother, which I love. So yeah, that was really the only update with Chloe. She just got some braces. Scarlett, a little bit of a more dramatic change, but really the only thing I really changed about her was her hairdo. I put it in this really polished updo look. I feel like it looks like something a politician would wear. And yeah, I gave her this new outfit. This is like her trophy wife outfit. Jumping back into the game. Okay, so like I said, some grinding occurred off camera, which basically just means I worked on leveling up their skills and completing things that we have to complete for this challenge that I thought might be boring to watch. But I still want to have you guys kind of feel included, so like I took a bunch of screenshots, so we're gonna just watch like this cute little slideshow that I made to kind of show you what happened off camera. So we're gonna start by focusing on Chloe a little bit, and I'm gonna catch you up to speed with what I did with her. So here's Chloe's little slideshow. First of all, I can make it a little bit bigger, I think. Eek. Chloe has been spending lots of time with the puppy Cherry and teaching Cherry how to fetch. Cherry has not yet learned, but we've been trying. She's also really taking care of her hamster Hammy, and has become very close friends with Hammy, so she really seems to be an animal lover, which kind of makes sense because per the rules of the challenge, she's really not allowed to have any friends other than her grandmother. Hammy did go on an adventure, which means he left the hamster cage and came back. And when he was on an adventure, he brought us back a postcard, which is really exciting. This is like the first time I've ever played with hamsters, so I've never seen that happen before, and I missed it. But he did also build a rocket ship and blast it off, but I was in like a different room when it happened, so I didn't get to actually see it. I have made the exception that she's allowed to be friends with her family members, just not have like friends her own age and stuff like that. So while I haven't let her be close with any of her cousins, her grandpa Caleb did come over the house to visit her, so I did let him have a day with her where he kind of took her to the family center and they built a puzzle together, and then they went on the rocket ship playground outside of the family center, and that's basically everything that has happened with Chloe. She did have her first day of school where she drew this first day of school painting. This is the puzzle that she did with her grandfather, and then down here is our first little postcard sent from Hammy when he went on vacation. So I'm hoping to get a bunch of postcards from him, and it would be fun to maybe focus on that collection. I have also been having her work on her Girl Scouts stuff. I've never actually played around with Girl Scouts before in the game, so this is a first for me. I just had her put on her uniform, and in order to get a Girl Scouts promotion, it says we have to Llama Scouts. We need to earn a badge and become a Griffin Scout and check the progress on the scouting board. So I'm going to really quickly show you just in case you don't know what the badges look like. And I have been grinding out finishing the badges off camera just because I think it's kind of boring to watch and because we're kind of trying to focus on finishing Scarlett. But for example, good deeds: to earn this badge, entertain a toddler, make someone laugh, take out the trash, or help someone with their homework. So I think we had to take out the trash like 5 or 6 times. I had her do that. This we got literally just from having her do her homework. This we got just from having her do friendly interactions with the dog. And those are the only 3 she has so far. I would like to get her all, but I've never actually collected a badge before, so I wanted to do that on camera with you guys. So we're gonna really quickly collect the sociable badge, and then we will collect the scholarly badge and collect the good deeds badge. And it looks like we have been promoted to Griffin Scouts, promoted to Unicorn Scouts. Okay, what level is that? That's level 3. I don't know how high the scouts go, but that's really cool. We can become a Pegasus Scout when we get 6 badges. So I'm probably going to keep working on grinding these out off camera, but I believe those are all of the major things that I've done with Chloe. The only other thing that I've done with her, it's currently a Saturday, so you can't really tell, but I saw it on TikTok, this little trick where you can, without any mods, make your Sims quote-unquote homeschooled by just creating a holiday. You can set the image to like the homework, and then you can just type in homeschool, right? And then by clicking this box here, they have the day off of work and school, and you can even set traditions if you want. So I have been doing that on the weekdays, so she really hasn't been going to class, which is why we've been able to spend so much time with her and focusing on completing these badges, because I don't have to worry about her going into the rabbit hole of school. Okay, done rambling about Chloe. Now let's catch up on what Scarlett has been doing off camera. Okay, so you guys may or may not remember, but there was a few other aspirations that I wanted to complete with Scarlett other than the main serial romantic aspiration. And one of those aspirations was the popularity aspiration of being a friend to the world. Because Scarlett already had so many friends, it just made sense for her to have this. So basically the only thing I had to do off camera was meet someone new in 3 different locations. So I had her meet somebody in Uptown, I think, and I had traveled to like 2 other worlds and just introduced her to somebody. And then as soon as she completed that, we automatically finished this aspiration because she had already completed everything else. She already had a bunch of friends. She already had the charisma skill maxed and everything. So we now have the reward trait of being a beloved person, where everyone remembers a beloved sim. Their relationships never fade. The other main aspiration that I'm really trying to complete with Scarlett is to be a world famous celebrity, because I figure if you're like the president of the United States, everybody is going to know who you are. Like, everybody in every country around the world knows who the president is usually. Just like, yeah. So because of that, I've been really trying to up Scarlett's fame by doing a bunch of different things. Since we currently live in Uptown, I've been having her come down here off camera and give speeches. I have been using the computer to donate to charity, usually to the Astronaut Foundation. I have been using our phone to contact the PR agency and request good stories. I've been posting to social media a lot, and all of that good stuff. And then the other thing that we could do for fame was to post research papers on the debate and research skill. So I've been doing that as well, and she finally was able to max that skill off camera. So now she has charisma, dancing, entrepreneur, and debate and research maxed. I've currently been having her work on the writing skill, because if we take a look at her fame, she is just barely getting to the point of maybe being a level 3 celebrity, because unless you're in the actor career or you're constantly drawing paintings or publishing books, it's really hard to just grow fame just by being a normal person. So I've gotten to the point where I kind of want her to start publishing books just so she can get to that 5-star celebrity level. And I figured all the books would be about politics or about her life and stuff that matters to her. And when she's publishing the books, we could even say that maybe she's passing laws or doing stuff that the president does. Plus, it just kind of makes sense. Like if she has to quote unquote do work as the president, we send her on the computer to quote unquote do work, but she's just practicing the writing skill. I don't know. I kind of like it. So yeah, we've been working on maxing the writing skill. And once she gets like the writing skill high enough, we're going to start publishing books to hopefully get to the 5-star celebrity point. Because I would really like to achieve that before she dies. I think that would be really fun. But yeah, I also made a little slideshow for Scarlet, so I'm going to show you guys that now. So as you know, or before I show you, let me just remind you, I got Victor off the gallery, and he is a level 10 politician. He's currently sleeping, I think. Where is he? There he is. He is a level 10 politician, but he's also evil, so whoever uploaded him to the gallery must have completed the criminal mastermind skill, because he has the mastermind trait, which means he knows how to just say the right things to cause anger, sadness, and jealousy in their opponents. So he's really good at that. Plus he has like all of his skills maxed, so he's really good at research and debate and all this stuff. So the reason I'm telling you that is because he actually has a trait in the game where if I click on Scarlet and if I go to Mischief, Deception, we can actually tell a vicious rumor, which makes Scarlet so angry that she gets enraged, which Sims can actually die from enrage. We can subtly debase her, which makes her so sad that like she could, I think, die from sadness. And we can plant seeds of doubt. So honestly, he's just an evil, not nice person. I think he's narcissistic. I think I don't know if he's physically abusive, but definitely like emotionally and verbally abusive to her. And I feel like he's just plain out mean. Like he's probably telling her you're going to be like a horrible politician, you're too fat, you need to lose weight, like just all of these awful things, constantly yelling at her. So I've been trying to portray that they don't have a perfect relationship off camera by making them constantly argue and trying to bring down their relationship points. So this I thought was a perfect screenshot of that, because he actually has like the little politician thing over his head, so it looks like they're arguing about politics. Here is the moodlet Scarlet gets when she starts to doubt herself. A particularly mischievous person can make a sim start doubting everything that they do. So she probably is starting to doubt that maybe she would be a good president, or maybe she should stop running and all of these things, which honestly I think was his plan all along. And it's such a gross thing that I feel like this happens in real life, that once you move in with a guy, you start to see his true colors, and he starts, even though their relationship was never real in the first place, like they were a fake acting relationship, I don't know. I'm probably getting too dark with my storytelling capabilities, but I don't know. So this is her crying, probably, like, and he's just like looking at her like, ugh. Yeah, I've had her start to not like him, obviously, and I've had her start to journal her feelings out. So you can see here she's like very sad and crying and writing in her diary as just another way of maxing the writing skill, because that's one of the ways I'm trying to get her to be a world star celebrity, 5-star celebrity, but also because, like I said, he's gotten her pretty close to death a few times just by making her emotions so extreme. So this is a pretty good way to get your Sims to get their emotions out so that they don't die. And then again, I kind of imagined like she's kind of trying to keep the perfect body to be the perfect trophy wife, or he might make comments about her being fat. So I have her working out a lot and just trying to be all around a perfectionist, which is how I imagine her. And I thought this picture was cute because it looks like the dog's trying to do a push-up with us. And yeah, that has basically been Scarlett's life. I do not think she has been very happy living with him. If I show you the relationships real quick, you can see they don't have a lot of green and they don't have a lot of pink, but they're not necessarily in the red yet. But something I found very interesting is that Scarlett does actually have real feelings for him and has unfortunately fallen in love with him. So maybe she wasn't so good at the just pretending the whole celebrity marriage. And I've decided for the aspiration, I'm sorry, I'm doing so much rambling. I've decided for the aspiration, I'm only going to count relationships that show that get like one of these. So for example, Scarlett has been with all of these people romantically, but only the people that appear under this are going to be people that I count towards the aspiration. So if we actually count, this would be one person, Felix. This would be two persons, Blade. Three persons, Lucas. Four persons, Victor. And then Felix again. So I think so far for our main aspiration where it says to have 8 boyfriends or girlfriends, I'm only going to count 4 out of 8 so far because I'm going to go by what Scarlett tells me. And then for the last 4 that we have to get, again, I'm just going to go by what the game actually considers a relationship. So even though we have pink bars with some of these people, if the game doesn't consider it, I'm not going to count it. So yeah. And then I'll show Chloe's relationships real quick because like I was saying, she's not supposed to have friends with anybody other than her grandmother, but she does have friends with basically all of her family, just not any of the family that's her own age. And yeah, I think I've done enough explaining and rambling. Let's get into what I have planned for this episode. Alright guys, so I have rambled way too much this episode. You guys are probably used to it by this point in the series because I'm sure I've done it in previous episodes. So this is mostly just going to be a storytelling episode, not really a gameplay episode. But my justification for rambling so much is I feel like it's easier to do stuff off camera and then tell you what I did off camera than to do it all on camera. And also, I want to kind of like give justification why Scarlett is going to be leaving this man at the altar. Because even if it was like a fake, arranged, pretend marriage, he still could have been cordial and not like been a jerk to her, you know? And he's been not the nicest and she's not the happiest. So I wanted to like explain that and make it seem like some time has passed, and probably in the next episode we're going to be doing the wedding with her leaving him at the altar, which I'm super excited for. I found such a cool lot. But before we do that, there's one more storytelling thing that I need to wrap up, so we're gonna do that now. And this is why we are at the Mitjen family home. So this was not my doing. This happened with Neighborhood Stories on its own. But if we hover over the relationship panel and I pull up Caleb right here, you're gonna notice that they have it's very awkward. They drive each other crazy, but they also drive each other crazy relationship. And both of their bars are completely in the red. And this makes me really sad. I'm honestly probably going to fix it on my own. But the only storytelling that I could possibly think of as to why this would have happened was simply because Marley is not letting Caleb die. And I think Caleb is ready to die. As sad as this is, Caleb has lived for years. He's been a vampire, and he chose to give up his immortality to become a human and to be mortal. And now with the help of her scientific potions, she is basically extending his life and making him immortal to the point of he basically, I guess, still feels like a vampire, and yeah, he doesn't like it. He had a good life and he's ready to pass away. And Marley feels like he's being selfish, isn't ready to let him go, and is like, how could you say that? How could you not want to keep living with me? Because she's not ready to die, but he is. So I think we're going to end up this episode with letting Caleb pass. She's been making the Live Forever potions. She also goes to the mother plant to extend her lifetime, and she's been giving potions to Caleb, and basically she hasn't been letting Caleb die. So we're going to end the episode with letting Caleb die, and there's one surefire way to get that done. If we go back to our Gen 1 household, we'll go together. This makes me so sad. Okay, so if I hover over Caleb with MC Command Center, you can see he has 11 days left. Marley also has 11 days left, thanks to MC Command Center. But Caleb has basically told her he's ready to move on, and he knows how to do it because he knows the Gen 1 household has a very deadly plant. So I think he's going to come over here. We are going to shift click and make this hungry. I'm so sorry, my cat. And once he's a ghost, we can fix their relationship and, get them back in the green. But for right now, I think this is going to explain why they're in the red. So Caleb deliberately took himself here, drove to this lot, and Marley chased him here, sad, doesn't want him to do this. He's doing it against her will, and he is going to come eat the cake. And of course we have to do this twice, unfortunately. Are you even gonna react? You just in La La Land? Because I haven't knocked on the door, the lot keeps disappearing, unfortunately. Okay. And we're gonna cheat to make it hungry again. And he's gonna do it again. He's willingly kind of taking his life because in his mind, he should have died hundreds of years ago. He's been alive for years at this point, and his wife keeps, I don't know, putting potions of youth in his food, and he's just ready to go. So she's not happy about this, but this is happening. Of course, he's got to get attacked by bees. Okay, eat the cake, please. No! You're screwing up my story. Apparently he doesn't want to die because he's feeding it. Make hungry. Okay, go ahead and eat this, please. Eat the cake. Marley, come witness the death. Caleb Berry is being devoured by the cow plant. Will he make it out alive? And poor Marley is getting attacked by bees. Nope. He's dead. He got what he wanted. I'm so sorry if this is dark, but it just seemed like a good storyline to explain why he's red in her relationship and why he would pass away when she has the potion of youth and has been extending his life. The horses can cry? I didn't know that. Oh, I know you guys have been bad times, but oh my god, she's happy. Marley! I am appalled right now. They were supposed to be like sweethearts and in love. I'm so sad that she's laughing, but at the same time, she is kind of crazy. I think she has the Does she have the erratic traits? I mean, she's insensitive and she's a tormentor, so Marley, you should be crying. The horse doesn't even know Caleb and he's crying. I'm so upset by this. I'm so upset. You love him. You love him. This messes with my storyline so much. What is if this game and never doing things the way I want it to? Like, even, in Gen 1, the divorce, like, she didn't even seem mad when, like, he was cheating on her. She's not sad when her husband dies. Like, oh my gosh. Okay, can we hurry this along, please? Like, what the heck? There we go. Now she's sad. Widow from losing a true love. Okay, so yeah, she is a little out there. First she laughs, but then it finally kicked in, and now she's sad. Okay. Are we gonna get a grave, please? Are you just playing with it? Where is the grave? We are going to go to the world of Forgotten Hollow, and I'm going to show you what I did. So with the new apartment expansion pack, I was able to put like burial plots underneath the graves and turn them into apartments. So you'll see here we have Gen 1 buried, and then I also made crematory plots. So these are the burial plots, which is technically an apartment, and then this is the first crematory plot, which is also an apartment, and I'm going to keep adding more burial lots and more crematory lots. But it's been a great way, especially when you don't have the graves, to save the ghosts and not have the ghosts despawn. So what I've been doing is, if I go back into Manage Worlds, okay guys, I'm not gonna lie, it was a very frustrating process and a very long process, but through the help of MC Command Center and reviving and re-killing Sims, I have finally gotten all of the deceased family members and their graves on the lot. So as I showed you in apartment number 1, or the burials underground, we currently only have Gen 1 ghost. But over here, this is our like crematory. We currently have all the graves that you can interact with and all the ghosts living here. So we have our first death was the husband to Gen 1, Lawrence. Then we have our second death, Marvin, which was Mint Jen's brother. Then we have Nanami, which was Mint Jen's brother's wife. And then we have Caleb, which was Rose Jen's husband. And I even was able to add the pet from Gen 1 and Gen 2. So yeah, I think I'm just going to keep adding apartments on this lot, and we should be able to hopefully add all the ghosts. And I really like it because it really makes the cemetery feel haunted, because they're all just living here and walking around as ghosts. So they're all here and everything's good, and Marley can come visit the graves, and I'm just so proud of it. I really love it. Guys, I just had to come here with Marley to mourn, to show off this cemetery and how it's working, because I'm so proud of it. It worked so well. I didn't expect the idea to come together this well. But if you guys are doing a legacy challenge and like the idea of cemeteries, I highly should suggest doing this whole like underground apartments things for the graves and the crematories. It's just so cool. It's working so well, and it makes the cemetery so alive. So she's currently here visiting, and it's kind of funny because on the one hand she is devastated and sad, and on the other hand she's happy, and she's like about to cry, I think. And you know, she probably can cry over her father. No, that's not even, yeah, her father. But when it comes to her husband, she laughs at his grave. It's kind of funny, but at any time we can click on these and call forth their ghost to make them haunt the lot. But for the most part, I think they're out and wandering on their own. So we have 1, 2, 3 ghosts in here. No, four ghosts in here if you count the 2 pets. We got the Grim Reaper hanging out. Oh my goodness. We got another ghost over here. I know I'm tooting my own horn. I'm just so happy that it's working out. So, yeah, I think we're gonna end the episode with her in mourning. I guess we'll make her mourn her father since she can't mourn her husband. And then maybe we will work on the relationship with her and her husband, because even though he's a ghost, we can still get them back into the green. I'm just gonna take a quick picture. This is so cool, and I can't wait until we have more ghosts and that the whole thing is just lively. And then even though these plots are in a separate apartment, technically the above ground is like the church is a communal space, so these ghosts should come out too, which is just so exciting. Before we end the episode, there is one other thing I just wanted to really quickly show you, since this is kind of just like a storytelling and an updates episode. If we go to our family tree, Ruby's family has grown up, so I gave them makeovers and I just wanted to show you. So for everybody, I've been kind of sticking to, even though they're not the heir, they represent the colors. So all of Scarlett's siblings represented red, and I ended up giving Ruby, I have to unlink it. She's supposed to have green eyes, like her father. They were, yeah, these ones. But I ended up giving Ruby vampire eyes for her vampire form. And then these are how her kids turned out, because her kids just aged up to teenagers, so I gave them makeovers. This is Luna Berry, and I dressed her very goth and black, but then to incorporate the yellow gen, she has some yellow accents, and I gave her vampire form the yellow vampire eyes. She also has these little gold blade earrings, which I just think are so cool. But if we switch back to her human mode, her non-vampire mode, she's supposed to have white eyes like her mom. So let me just fix that real quick. Yeah. So that's her, and I just love the way she turns out. I know Chloe, Yellow Gen, can't have friends yet, but once Marley passes away, I'm really hoping Luna and Chloe become bestie cousins, because she's just such a cute character, and I'm so happy with how she turned out. And then this is Lupe. Again, since he's Yellow Gen, I tried to dress him in yellow, gave him long hair, and then this is how his werewolf form currently looks. I kind of like the werewolves to be kind of naked, I think. I think I made his mom naked too. I will now, I guess. Yeah. So that is all of the updates that are happening off camera. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm sorry if it was a lot of rambling and not a lot of gameplay. I just am really passionate about this family, and I love showing off all the little details and talking about them. In the next episodes, I have some exciting stuff planned. I have the lot all ready to go, and in the next episode, I think we should be moving on with the wedding and leaving our partner at the altar. And then right after that, I think we're going to be moving into the White House, which I'm so excited for. And by then, the new pack should be out that has all the new dating options. So I think we'll explore some of the new dating options while being president in the White House. But yeah, I'm going to end this episode here. I hope you guys all have a great day, and thank you so much for watching. Bye, everyone.